Every single day in Zimbabwe and Zambia alone, more children are orphaned than there are people in 3 jumbo jets filled to capacity. While the number of orphans in Africa has been exponentially growing, so is something else: the Christian church. In the last 100 years, the number of Christians has grown from 9 million to 540 million. The church is everywhere in Africa. You see, the African church has changed, but the way the American church partners with it has not changed. Something must be done. We need to all do better because children are waiting for the church. They have nowhere else to go. Forgotten Voices is innovating orphan care through the local church in Africa. Let me tell you how. This is Pastor Obert. In 2005, on our second trip to Africa, Obert told us that after 20 years of doing orphan care, outsiders like us had never once asked for his opinion. Not even once. So, we started asking. A lot. We were introduced to an existing network for leadership development, accredited seminaries in Africa. They were graduating pastors like Obert who were leading local churches. These churches were connected with thousands of orphan caregivers who were already caring for more orphan children than we could possibly imagine. Did you know that 75% of Zambian families care for at least one orphan child? Less than 1% of American families do the same. These leaders and communities don't need us to deliver care to their children. Obert and other pastors and volunteers are already doing that. What they need is a capable partner to help all of us reach far more children, quicker and more effectively. Forgotten Voices is that partner, for them and you. After 8 years of talking with caregivers and pastors like Obert, we have gained these 3 insights. Custom plans. There are many things that we could provide for children, but Obert and local caregivers are already able to provide some things for themselves. Our process helps Obert to work with his community to assess and fill specific gaps in orphan care. Some children receive school fees and water, while another child receives food and counseling. More people are being helped for less money, while building dignity. Quiet investments. Forgotten Voices then quietly funds these custom plans to a level where the church can eventually try to sustain itself over time. Local volunteers carry the plans out. Whenever possible, children and caregivers that benefit don't even know about Forgotten Voices. Credit is given to the local church. Even with the best intentions, funding from the outside has historically led to a decrease in local volunteerism and tithing. Because of Forgotten Voices' quiet investments, we are seeing our model lead to increases in both. Flexible partnerships. For too long, the traditional system of orphan care has been rigid. Our model has a built-in review throughout the partnership that allows each church to dynamically allocate funds based on the changing needs of each child. We had worked together to design a new approach to orphan care. Now we wanted to see if it would work as a broader solution. We partnered with TCZ, a seminary in Zimbabwe. Working with their graduates, including Pastor Obert, the churches engaged hundreds of volunteers with a heart for orphan care. It worked, and together, we helped 100 local churches meet the unique custom needs of 2,000 children without being known as a ministry. Like these children, we were ecstatic. But for this to work as a solution, we needed to try it again. We went to Zambia this time, and a seminary called Tika partnered with us. We helped them build up their existing network of graduates and have begun funding their plans for orphan care. In Zambia and Zimbabwe, we now have directly helped 160 local churches meet the unique needs of 5,000 children. But wait, this is where things get really exciting. Earlier, we mentioned the number of orphans in Africa is growing, but the church is too, and not just Christians in general. Trustworthy, vetted leaders are graduating from accredited seminaries in Africa every year. Leaders who would leverage Africa's growing church to outpace AIDS, but they need you to partner differently. We know of 100 new churches in our existing networks just waiting to deliver the most effective, cost-efficient, and appropriate care possible to 10,000 more children orphaned by AIDS. We are seeking $120 per child to care for these children through our unique model. Looking beyond, there are 7 seminaries that we've identified that would allow an additional 160,000 children to be reached through this model. The orphan crisis in Africa is growing. You and I can't help stop it unless we change. This is what we've done with 2 seminaries. Imagine what could happen with the 150 seminaries across Africa. Using our unique model, we all can innovate orphan care through the local church. Though the orphans benefiting from your support may know nothing about you or me, they will know about the love of God for them. That's effective partnership. Join us today and invest in a child at ForgottenVoices.org.